Hey everybody, how are ya? Today we're doing brisket. It'll be the first brisket I do on my smoker. I'll be smoking it with cherry and see how that goes. I already trimmed the brisket pretty much. So now it's just time for the seasoning. But every time I look at it, there's more I want to do. But you could really, you can go completely crazy with it. So we just got a thin layer of fat here that's gonna help moisturize the meat as it cooks. So we're just gonna go just very plain today, just salt and pepper. Oh, that's not open all the way. Oh, that works better. It's a nice even coat. And pepper's much easier than the salt. The salt, they don't really see it that much. It's a nice even coat all the way around. Get some over here. I'll get the sides after. Usually what I'll do is I'll just grab it and soak it into the cutting board. Alright, now the other side. I'll be curious. Normally, the brisket I normally get is at a different type of store. So, and I'm trying a different place. They were on sale, so I got a couple of them. So I'll be curious to see the difference between the two. I'm told this is actually Angus AAA, so it should be good. There we go. Nicely coated. Now, I'm going to let that sit. Get to room temperature. The one thing is, you want to do rainy brisket. I see the grain is coming in this direction. So, what you're going to want to do is cut a corner like this. That's what I do anyways. So when it's cooked, you know where you're going to start slicing. Because you always want to cut against the grain, not with the grain. Alright, I'm going to go check on the smoker. It's dark out, so I can't, no sense in bringing the phone out. Can't really see. So, I'm going to get it ready and get this guy on. So it's right now, it's 11 o'clock at night. So it's going to cook during the night. When I've done them on my barbecue, normally I'd put it on around 11, 12 o'clock at night. And then usually around 6, 7 in the morning, it'll hit the 160, 165 range. And that's when I wrap it in foil and put it back in. And then hopefully by 1, 2 o'clock, if there's no stalls by 2 o'clock usually, I should get to 210. Now, being my first time on the smoker, I'd have no idea what to expect. So, might as well find out together. Good morning. It's 7 o'clock, or 6, oh, sorry, 7. It's 6:30 in the morning. I just pulled the brisket out. You can see it's starting to jiggle really, really nice here. So now it's time to wrap it in foil. It's at 175 normally. Look at all the juices come out once I. It's the only thing I don't like about the thermometers is once you take it out, you but you have to. Just the juices just start flowing, which I really don't like, but you have to. So now it's time to wrap it in foil. How's the bottom look? Oh yeah. Nice bark going on there. No beef broth, no nothing. It's just salt and pepper. And what you see is how the brisket is turning out. One day I like to try doing a brisket in butcher paper. I've never done that. There we go. Got fairly tight. Alright. I'm gonna put the thermometers back in so we know this is flat. And here's the point. I'll get that about center. Hopefully I got it in the same hole. I like to use two on briskets. In case you put the thermometer in, it's too that, you know, like it's not dead center. And at least you got another one in the end. All right, now put this back in. Next time I take it off, it'll be like extremely, extremely tender. And ready. It should be around I usually pull them off around 205. Between average range is between 200 210. I find 2.5, 210 usually works really well. Good morning. So the temp is now 206, and it's very probe tender. I'm now going to put just foil over this. I took it off, I put it in the pan, and now it's time to let it rest. I'm going to let it rest for about 2 hours, and then we're going to carve it up. Oh, now, just leave it in the oven. The oven's insulated, right? So it'll rest and cool down nice and slowly. And there we have it. It was done much earlier than I anticipated. Normally, this wouldn't have been done till 1 o'clock or so. Usually between 12 and 2 o'clock normally. But I cooked it at 250. Normally I do it at 225, 230 on my barbecue. Because it'll fluctuate between 225, 250 in that range back and forth. Depending on the outside temperature and if it gets windy and so on. So, we'll let it rest. And then we'll be carving it up. Everybody, it's that time. It's been resting for about 2 hours. The temp right now is 168. So it's still going to be hot. So it's that time. Let's see how this turned out. Now, just a quick overview. What I've done was that I trimmed it up. Seasoned it with just salt and pepper. And then I put it in the smoker around 12 o'clock last night with cherry wood chunks. And then this morning, around 7 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock, it was at 175. I then wrapped it in foil. Cooked it to 205, and once that was done, I let it rest. Oh yeah, here we go. Now, I gotta try and get this out without making a mess. Or try to get it out falling apart. There we go. Trying to get the oil out here. Put all the juices in there. So you can see it's got that jiggle that everybody looks for. All right. Let's start cutting this guy up. So earlier when I trimmed it, I made the mark so I know the grains are all going this direction, and you always want to cut against the grain. Wow. So far, so good. I always seem to have a habit of cutting my slices a little too thin. Let's see. There it is. Look, it's got the hang and then just rips apart. Oh. Oh, that's really nice. And see if I could show this when I squish it. All right, let me move these here. See, is that going to show up? When I go like this, you can see the juice is just coming out of there. Well, now we got some of these guys cut. Let's get to this guy. Oh yeah, look at that. Whoa, a lot of juices coming out. So when you're cutting brisket, the flat part, you want to go like this, and when you get up to the big guy, you cut it, then you turn it around like so, and go opposite of this grain. Look at that. Or, the next brisket I do, I'm going to do with hickory. I'll separate the two and show how that looks. Ooh, she's still hot. Oh, let's get my tongs. Very, very juicy. There we go. Look at that. It's just craziness. So there you have it. Gotta try a piece of this guy. Oh, that was good. It's nicely all rendered out too. It's great. Enjoy. My first brisket on the Stumps. And I bought it from a different store than I normally do. And I'm very surprised it's actually still really, really good. And this thing is just, like here, let me turn this around. Move these guys out of the way. Well, I'm gonna put them in a bowl. I'm gonna eat these up. And hopefully, see, I gotta get a zoom in on that. See if I could zoom in. Okay. There we go. There's the money shot. It's just raining. And you can see the nice smoke ring all the way around. Hit that like, subscribe. This is with cherry. Really, really nice. I'm going to do it again this week with hickory and see what the differences are. Enjoy your day.